Hey everyone, this is a continuation of my video yesterday. I didn't get to, I ran out of video yesterday. I ran out of battery yesterday, so I didn't get to finish it. Now, this is going to be regarding, I've gotten a lot of questions in regards to people that are immigrants immigrants to this country that are wondering, well, what about them? Are they going to get these stimulus checks or not? And it's kind of a complicated answer. The bill as it has been presented doesn't provide much protection for immigrants, and although that doesn't mean that there's none, there are a few that will be counted, and those are going to be basically classified. It starts with whether or not you have a social security number. Now, I know for immigration standards there are people that can have an ITIN number, and that's going to count as well, but for the purpose of this bill and the stimulus check, the IRS is going by social security numbers and social security numbers only. So here's one classification that they're doing. Please take in mind that this is an IRS classification. It's not a USCIS classification. This is for tax purposes only. This is not something for immigration. Otherwise, and I'm certainly not an immigration attorney. If you need one, please either find one, or if you have one, you can further questions to that individual. If you don't have one or don't know one and you need one, you can send me a direct message and I will do my best to find one for you. So the two main classifications there, or the main concern that comes up, is resident versus non-resident alien. Those people all have social security numbers. So the IRS has basically a test, a two-pronged test, and that's basically a green card test and a substantial presence test. So the green card test is pretty much self-explanatory. It's if you have a green card, you're a permanent resident of this country, and so if you pass that test, and so you should be able to get a stimulus check. However, for those that aren't part of the green card test, there's a classification called substantial presence. Now, substantial presence refers to, it's like a two-pronged standard. First, it breaks it down into like 3-year increment and says of the 3 years, the current year, last year, and the year previous, you should have been in the country for 183 days. In addition to that, you have to be in the country the present year for a minimum of 31 days. So how they break it down is they count all the days that you've been in the country the present year, 1/3 of the days you've been in the country for last year, and 1/6 the year before. So an example would be that if it was an independent, today is March 29th, but I don't know when they're going to consider the date that it starts. So for all intents and purposes, let's just pretend that the date will be set at the date that the president signed the bill, which was March 27th. So March 27th means there was 87 days. So you were in the country for 87 days of this year. Then, in addition to that, if we go back last year, and let's say, for example, there was an individual who was present in the country for 180 days, or 6 months. So that individual, you divide that by 3, so 180 divided by 3 is 60 days. So 60 days also goes towards your tally. Now, if we go back the year before and say that person was in the country for 8 months, and so or presumably 240 days, they take 1/6 of that amount, and 1/6 of that amount would be 40 days. So you take your 40 from the couple years back, the 60 for last year, it's 100, and then 87 days for this year, and you would have met the threshold for 183 days because you're at 187. Now, that being said, there are also some exemptions and exceptions to the rule, and that includes a lot of people that are on different statuses. So I urge you all to go to irs.gov and see about whether or not you will be classified as one of those exemptions. Some of the different visa categories, including F1, may be part of those exemptions, and I encourage you to go to irs.gov to get more information. But for the most part, I just wanted to come out and explain the definition of resident alien versus non-resident alien for tax purposes only, not immigration purposes. But other than that, you guys have a good day. Practice social distancing. Get out there, get a little bit of sun when you can, and we'll come back with any more questions. Any questions you have, send them to me, and I'll try to respond to them either individually or in a video like this. Have a good day.